When the holidays start rolling around, if you're caring for someone with dementia, it can be, well, it's a mixed bag, right? You've got this hope, this anticipation, but there's also, let's be honest, a lot of anxiety. You want so badly to create those wonderful, joyful memories, but it's all kind of overshadowed by this fear of overwhelm, of confusion, for them and for you too.
So that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? How in the world do you create real, genuine joy when the whole traditional holiday thing just feels overwhelming or maybe even impossible?
And look, the answer here, and I hope this brings a little bit of relief right off the bat, is not about throwing the perfect party. It's not about trying to recreate holidays from the past. It's about a total shift in perspective. It's about coming up with a whole new definition of what success even looks like. The amazing dementia care expert Teepa Snow just nails this. Her whole philosophy is going to be our guide here. She says it's not about making things perfect. It's about making a connection. It's about finding those little precious moments of engagement that really, truly honor the person who is right there with you right now. Okay, so let's dive into that. The very first step is to redefine the season. We've got to adjust our idea of what a successful celebration actually looks like in this new reality. And this slide just lays it out so clearly. I mean, look at the left column, the old holiday. Does that look familiar? That all-day pressure cooker marathon. But now look at the right, a new success. It's smaller, it's quieter, it's way more focused. See, success isn't that 20-person dinner anymore. Success is 15 minutes of singing carols. It's sharing one of their favorite cookies. It's a complete shift from quality to quality. Okay. Next up, let's talk about laying the groundwork, the foundation. This is the stuff you do in the weeks before any gathering, and honestly, it can make all the difference in the world. All right, your first job here is to basically become a detective. You're investigating their current reality, not who they were 5 years ago, but who they are today. Are they at their best in the morning? Great, plan a brunch. Do they absolutely love the smell of cinnamon? Let's use that. Do big crowds make them anxious? That is critical info. Think of this assessment as the blueprint for everything else. And that blueprint, it translates directly into a simplified plan like this. We're not throwing everything out the window, not at all. We're curating. Just pick 2 or 3 traditions that are really meaningful. Keep the gathering short, maybe an hour or 2. And these last 2 points are so important. Have a designated quiet zone where they can retreat, and assign a calm, familiar person to be their point person or their buddy for the day. That person is their anchor. Okay, so our foundation is set. Now let's get tactical. This is your game plan for the week leading up to the event, all designed to set the stage for success. The environment itself plays a huge role. Things like flashing lights can be super disorienting, right? And a bunch of fragile decorations can actually create anxiety. So the key is to simplify. Think soft, safe decorations. And this is critical. Keep their personal space, like their bedroom, totally unchanged. That consistency is a huge source of comfort. Oh, and something as simple as putting a clear label on the bathroom door, it can prevent a world of stress. Now, preparing your guests, just as important as preparing the space. And you don't need to give them a medical lecture. A simple, gentle heads up like, hey everyone, just so you know, grandma's brain works a little differently now is perfect. It sets a compassionate tone. And here's a pro tip. Give people jobs. Instead of having them kind of hover awkwardly, ask someone to share old photos or put on some familiar music. It gives them a way to connect that isn't all about trying to have a complex conversation. All right, the prep work is done. It's game day. Let's talk about navigating the day itself, some in-the-moment strategies to help things go as smoothly as they can. First off, routine is everything. The more normal you can keep their morning routine, the better. Then, when guests arrive, shift the focus to simple sensory activities. Looking at photos, listening to music, even folding napkins is a fantastic one. It's purposeful, it's repetitive, it's calming. But your most important job that day? It's being an observer. You're watching for those little signs of overload, pacing, withdrawal. The second you see them, that's your cue. It's time to gently guide them to that quiet zone we planned. Okay, let's arm ourselves with a few responses to some really common challenges. If you're getting repetitive questions, the key is a calm, consistent answer every time. If there are accusations like, you stole my purse, don't argue, just join their reality. Oh no, let's look for it together. And that big one, I want to go home, even when they are home. You have to realize it's not about the place, it's about a feeling. They feel unsafe or out of place. So you validate the feeling, not the fact. And really, all of those responses boil down to this one golden rule. Validate their emotion, don't correct their reality. Arguing about the facts, it just creates conflict and distress. Whatever their reality is in that moment, it is 100% real to them. When you connect with the feeling behind their words, the fear, the confusion, that's how you build trust. That's how you provide real comfort. Okay, and finally, let's talk about the part we almost always forget, the after party, the recovery period. Seriously, what happens after everyone leaves is just as important as what happens during the event. And this number right here, 2 to 3, that's how many days of disruption you can probably expect after a holiday event, even after a successful one. Seeing an increase in confusion or irritability is totally normal. And knowing this ahead of time, expecting it, it helps you remember you didn't do anything wrong. This is just part of the process. So what does the post-holiday reset look like? Well, for your loved one, it means getting back to their normal, predictable routine as fast as possible. But, and this is just as important, it's about you. You need to rest. You just ran an emotional marathon. Acknowledge that and give yourself a break. Then, when you have a moment, debrief with the family. What worked? What could we do better next time? That's how you learn and adapt. I want to end with this, and it's really important. This is me giving you, the caregiver, explicit permission to do things differently. Success is not measured by how many traditions you check off a list. You are succeeding if you protect your loved one's peace and your own sanity. Saying no to things, asking for help, ordering takeout instead of cooking for 12 hours, these are not failures. They are powerful, compassionate acts of care. And this right here, this is the whole point. The specific details of the day, they're probably going to fade. But what lingers, what stays, is the feeling you created. They might not remember the conversation, but they'll feel your calm presence. They won't remember the meal, but they will remember feeling safe. They will feel loved. And that is the true gift of the holiday. So, I want to leave you with this one question. Don't get overwhelmed thinking about the entire party or the whole season. Just zoom in. Think about this. What is one small, simple moment of connection you can create? Just one. Maybe it's putting on a favorite song for 5 minutes. Maybe it's just quietly holding their hand. Because that one moment, that might just be the most perfect holiday you could ever ask for.